Okay, all rise to the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Supervisor Hay,
Here.
Councilman Alvarez,
Present.
Councilman Cypress,
Here.
Councilman Larka,
Here.
Councilman O'Connor.
Here.
Okay, notation of exits in the front and the rear electronic device. Please put it on vibrate. I apologize for running late this evening. The court ran a little bit longer this evening. I make a motion to come out of the executive session. No decisions reached.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nothing on the work session this evening. So I make a motion to go into the regular portion of the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, first item is a special permit amendment for Terravest 3 Senior Housing. Now therefore be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Southeast hereby makes and reaffirms the following findings of fact in connection with the instant application. 1. The proposed use in such location is of size and character that will be in harmony with the appropriate and orderly development of the surrounding district and will not be detrimental to the immediate site or adjacent properties. 2. The location and size of the proposed use, the nature and intensity of operations involved in or conducted in connection therewith, its site location, and in relation to access streets will be in such that both pedestrian and vehicular traffic to and from the use of the assembly of the persons in connection therewith will not be hazardous. 3. The exterior appearance of the building will not hinder or discourage the development and use of adjacent land and buildings. 4. The proposed use will not require such additional public facilities or services or create fiscal burdens upon the town greater than those which characterize uses permitted as of right. And be further resolved that based upon the foregoing findings, the Town Board of Town of Southeast hereby grants an amendment to the original special permit granted by Resolution Number 41 of 2005 to the limited extent as follows. Resolved that based upon the foregoing findings, the Town Board of the Town of Southeast hereby grants a special use permit to LAD Family Investments, LLC, to permit the development of subject premises as a senior residence facility consisting of not more than 60 individual non-attached dwelling units consisting of not more than 3 bedroom per unit and not more than 2,550 square feet of living space per unit with central water and sewer. And be further resolved that the town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to forward a certified copy of this resolution to Terravest 3 Senior Housing Development and LAD Family Investments, LLC, to the Secretary of the Town Board, Town Southeast Planning Board, and the Southeast Building Department, so forthwith. So moved for discussion.
Second.
Discussion.
Could I interrupt for 1 second,
Yeah.
Mr. Supervisor? If you could defer this until you act on item 4 on the agenda.
With the
Okay.
negative declaration.
Yeah, I should have put them together. You know what? Okay.
Let's do item 4 now.
Yeah, I'm just, well, we're going to defer for a few moments. Let's just go to number 4 now. If it's with the board, make a motion to bring 4 up to number 2.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's get to number. Okay. It's a resolution to declare lead agency and adopt a negative declaration. Now therefore be resolved that pursuant to 617.6B2 of the State Environmental Review Act, SECRA, the Town Board of the Town of Southeast hereby declares itself lead agency for the purpose of SECRA for this unlisted action. And be further resolved that the Town of Southeast Town Board as lead agency has determined that the proposed action for the reasons set forth in the short environmental assessment form dated March 10, 2022, and appended secret notice of determination of significance, the proposed amendment of the special permit for Terravest 3 Senior Housing will not have a significant impact, and the draft environmental impact will not be prepared. And along with that, you have additional is the negative declaration, as well as the short environmental assessment form. So move for discussion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now, we have to do the first one first? Or, well, you said
You had to do this, item 4, you had to complete that. That's-
First.
That's adopting the negative declaration. so that now you can act on the resolution.
Okay, now we're back to resolution in the first one, and so move again for discussion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Ready to go? Do you happen to have a card that you can leave with us this evening?
I don't, but I can,
Can you email me or the town clerk tomorrow? Some people have asked a couple questions about units and things of that nature, and
Sure.
tell us who they can contact, if you would.
happy to, thank you. And
Okay.
Thank you, the board president, appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, let me get reorganized here. Okay, now,
Number 2.
Durkin.
yeah, I gotta get back to number 2 though, time out. I should-
You don't mind?
I know. I got too much paper. Ready? Oh, I have to- Yeah, now we're really out of order. Okay. Resolution Durkin Water, release of performance bond. Now therefore be resolved that the performance bond filed in connection with the Durkin Water site plan for premises located at 120 Fields Lane, tax map number 78.-2-6, in a surety amount of $27,200 is hereby released and may be canceled by the issuance institution, and be further resolved that the town clerk is authorized to return any and all original bonds, deposits, letter of credits, or other indicia of security originally posted in connection with the project to the developer, and be further resolved that the town clerk is hereby directed to forward a certified copy of this resolution to the planning board secretary, the town board building inspector, town board, I keep saying that, town building department, and the property owner forthwith. So move for discussion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 3, resolution Putnam County Real Property Tax Services. Now therefore be resolved that the supervisor hereby authorized to execute and deliver to the County of Putnam County Real Property Tax Services contract dated March 1, 2022 for the 2022 tax year in the form and substance annexed hereto, and be further resolved that the town clerk shall forward a copy of this resolution to the assessor forthwith. So move for discussion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number 5 is a resolution to purchase highway equipment. Now therefore be resolved that the town highway superintendent is authorized to expend an amount not to exceed $80,000 and no cents for the purchase of a used leaf vacuum, and be further resolved that the Southeast Superintendent of Highways requires any additional funds above the amount allotted, he will need further authorization by the town board to make such a expenditure, and be further resolved that this resolution to take effect immediately. So move for discussion.
Second.
Okay, the town's been using a leaf blower that they're sharing with the Putnam County for almost 21 years. It's outlived its usefulness. These are very expensive pieces of equipment. They run around $250,000. And the highway superintendent, as you know, goes onto the surplus website for the government. And one of the local towns down, I think three villages, I think in the Westchester County, decided to merge into the town this past year, and they have to, clean up the books, close the books, and whatever's left over, the town has. So bottom line, the village is selling this piece of equipment through auction, and Mike thinks he would get it for $80,000, but he won't go any higher than $80,000. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Number 6, a motion to set a public hearing for the noise ordinance on Thursday, March 24th, 2021 for 7 p.m. So moved.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Number 7, set public hearing notice special permit Landscape Concepts 50-58 Sodom Road, tax map number 57.17-1-5 for Thursday, March 24th, 2021 for 7 p.m. So moved for discussion.
22, right?
Did someone?
Oh, second.
Okay.
Oh, the year is wrong.
It's a typo,
Yeah.
What are we at?
2022.
Where are we at? Wait,
6 and 7.
The year.
it's in the action.
The public notice is correct.
Okay.
Yes. I have them up.
2022.
It's just the agenda.
Okay, we'll change that tomorrow. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now we have an additional this evening. Let's just go to a resolution. You've been reading about many emails about the flooding that's taken place down at Peach Lake. It's become really extremely serious. What's happened now, the overflow of water is probably, I would say at least 8 inches. I'll use a floodplain type thing. And the different equipment down there is being flooded, shorting out, burning out, and we are trying to alleviate the problem. Now, Peach Lake is not owned by the town, either town, as Peach Lake is in Westchester and Putnam County, town of North Salem, and the town of Southeast. And the people in that area believe it's the responsibility of the town, but it's really not, because everything is like private property and everything. So we've been trying, Warren Lucas and myself have been trying to find different areas to obtain grants, not super successful as yet. And we're working on the situation, but it's become dire. So North Salem has passed a resolution, and we, as a partner there, there's a district, a Peach Lake Sewer District down there. We have they have either 74 or 76%, and we have either 24 or 26%, so they have a majority. And what we're trying to do is to help those residents the best to our ability, but at some point in time, they may have to create a park district or a lake improvement district, and of course no one wants additional taxes, so it's kind of a sticking point right now. But what we're going to put forward tonight is this resolution, if you waive the rules to allow it to take place, so we can continue to try to work. And we are working diligently, even though we get beat up that we're not. But again, it's God's will that lake is overflowing, and not either of the towns, and we own no property there, so it's in 2 towns, and we have two towns that are trying to resolve the problem, helping resolve the problem with the residents of that area.
2 counties too, right?
2 counties, 2 towns. Okay, so I make a motion to waive the rules to accept this resolution, which will be number 8 for this evening's agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, with that, we'll suggest that I read the entire thing, whereas clause, because a lot of people in the public are unaware of this, and this is something that's really become an issue. Whereas, a project to alleviate flooding at Peach Lake in the town of North Salem, Westchester County, and the town of Southeast Putnam County may be eligible for funding under county, state, and federal programs through stormwater management and flood mitigation initiatives. And whereas, the flooding has caused problems with the Peach Lake Sewer District pumps along Cottage Lane, which is in Westchester County, North Salem, causing the pumps to run continuously and also causing at least one pump to fail and making it difficult to replace because it's underwater. And whereas the town of Southeast continues to seek grant and aid from federal, state, and local resources aimed at finding a permanent resolution to the Peach Lake flooding concerns. And whereas the town of Southeast desires to work with the town of North Salem to advance a project aimed at repairing the damage to Peach Lake Sewer District pumping stations and addressing the cause of ongoing flooding problems by making a commitment of funds toward project costs, and to share Peach Lake Sewer District costs in the percentage amounts equal to the town of Southeast Peach Lake Sewer District responsibilities under the Peach Lake Sewer District intermunicipal agreement between the town of Southeast and the town of North Salem. Now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Southeast hereby approves a project to repair the damage at the Peach Lake Sewer District facilities caused by the flooding in Peach Lake, and to undertake all additional efforts deemed necessary to alleviate current and future flooding in Peach Lake, which has caused this damage. And be further resolved that the town of Southeast town supervisor be and is hereby authorized to execute all necessary agreements, certifications, and reimbursement requests on behalf of the town of Southeast with the town of North Salem, county of Putnam, state of New York, or the federal government. Well, we have town of North Salem, I should say county of Westchester? Yeah, it should be. It says town of North Salem, county of Westchester.
No, it's with the town of North Salem, the county of Putnam, state of New York.
But
Or the
before,
federal government.
on behalf of the town of Southeast, with the town of North Salem, county of Putnam, so Westchester's missing, right?
Well, we not necessarily have any agreements with Westchester County.
Okay, so you wrote it, you're happy with it? I feel the
Well, no, I think, if you want to insert Westchester County, but we wouldn't be agreeing with, right now, the supervisor of North Salem is in the process of obtaining grant monies from Westchester County. We wouldn't be involved, so more than our involvement with payment of our 24%.
Okay, so leave it as written?
Yeah, leave it.
Okay, so I'll do the resolve clause again. That the town of Southeast Town Supervisor and hereby is authorized to execute all necessary agreements, certifications of or reimbursement requests on behalf of the town of Southeast with the town of North Salem, county of Putnam, state of New York, or the federal government, as the case may be. So move for discussion.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
And we have one other additional item. I'd like to waive the rules. We did interviews this evening for a vacancy on the Ethics Board for the town of Southeast, and like to bring that forward this evening. So on the motion to waive the rules,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
With that, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Alexander J. Law, who interviewed this evening for the position. Now, Michelle, the one thing I don't have, is it an unexpired term?
I have to look up his term.
I can maybe look it up quick.
Who left?
Nancy Jacobson.
Okay, I think her term expired.
I think it did too.
We'll be waiting a second. We're just doing some quick research. I think you forgot something.
It's okay.
You looking at the answers?
Yeah, who is it? Oh, it expires 12/31/24.
Jacobson,
But, no, you know what happened? All right, yeah. Okay.
right?
Mhm.
So it'd be filling an unexpired term.
Right.
Fill the unexpired term for when?
Until 12/31/2024.
Okay. So move for discussion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public comment. Michelle.
Evening all. Scott Seaman, Brewster Board of Ed. Just wanted to fill up some information. We just had our public forum last week. A lot of great information came out. And once again, we thank everyone that attended.
Scott, you could take off your mask. I think we can hear you a little bit better if you'd like to.
Oh, it's whatever. The public forum was last week. Like I said, a lot of great information came out, and we appreciate everyone that's come out. As of last Wednesday, masks are now mandatory, optional in the schools, and so far we've had great success. We just ask that everybody remain kind in whatever decision they go with. We are currently still working on our facilities plan, our budget, as everybody else is, and the Brewster Vision 2026. And we hope to have more information as we go on. Once again, we appreciate everything you guys are doing on our behalf, and if there's anything we can do, please let us know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
Anyone else?
Hi, Joe Roshapo. I'm on Allview Avenue for the last 32 years, and I've got speeders and I've got large trucks doing excess of 50 miles an hour on a country road in front of our houses on that, on Allview. And I have approached the traffic board, and they suggested I come to you, the board, with a couple of ideas. And I took a poll of our from our neighbors, I should say, and they recommended either a speed table or 2 or 3.
Speed bump or,
Table. It's larger than a speed bump.
well, but it's similar. They're the longer ones.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And or a speed camera. So a suggestion is being made to your board now, and I don't know how efficient it is or what good it'll do, but at least I'm trying to get something started.
Well, you did go to the board.
Yes.
John O'Connor attended. He
Right.
came back with some comments.
Yes.
What we did today is the town sent a letter back to the Traffic Safety Board asking for a reduction of speed on the road to 25 miles an hour
Okay.
as one thing. I spoke to the highway superintendent about a speed table, speed bump. It's
You
got
did.
different qualifications of names. They're difficult. He will not make any promises. I mean, there's many roads. You can't I would say almost every road on this side of
I
our
know we're
town-
blessed. I know this is a ongoing concern. so-
And it's amazing. I mean, probably the worst road is where Eric lives on Milltown Road.
Okay,
I mean, 50, if they're doing 50 on your road, they're doing 75 on his, because they fly.
yeah,
Now, the biggest thing is enforcement. So, we will also send a letter to the sheriff and ask him for enforcement.
And I think with because, I've gone to a lot of meetings in neighborhoods about this same issue, the heights, my neighborhood, your
Right.
neighborhood. And I haven't talked to the current sheriff, but the past sheriff had said, well, if the speed limit's 30 or 35, we can't give a ticket until they're at least 10 miles over.
correct.
So that's part of one of the reasons why we would ask to reduce the speed limit. Like on Milltown, there's tons and tons of speeders, been accidents on the road because of it. But the average is low, right? Because the traffic is so heavy during the peak times.
Correct.
But you get the high speeders during non-peak times. So hopefully this will help with them with their enforcement.
Okay.
And I looked up quickly, our town engineer is well-versed on this. He represents many other towns requesting the same thing, and almost all are denied. And one of the bigger problems with speed tables, which I had never heard that term before, but speed bumps or elongated speed, whatever they
Yeah.
might be, what happens is, when you have them, they slow down, speed up until they get the next one. See, almost the only thing you gain is for about 2 seconds of it slowing down to go across the bump, and then they speed up to make up for the time. So they haven't proved to be super effective. So the highway department will take it into consideration, but we've taken it into consideration probably since I've been here, and it doesn't fly.
Sure.
And I'll just point out, I met with Captain de Guzman with the New York State Police. He's the new zone commander for
Right.
the area. And I did mention your particular road, your particular
Right.
issue there, when he asked me about the area in Southeast and Brewster. And I asked for stepped-up enforcement.
Yeah.
I also asked the sheriff himself for stepped-up enforcement.
I know they're spread thin, and to put them out there to try to get somebody, speeding is going to be like getting struck by lightning. It's not going to really happen. The odds of it happening is very small, unless they use a Friday afternoon, people cutting off of 684 to take the shortcut through exit 8 onto Allview and get to Connecticut that way.
Do you know exactly where's the exact borderline for the village?
The village is halfway up the hill.
It's right past, it's like 3 houses past Meadow going
Yeah,
towards Westchester.
So,
just before you hit the apex of the hill.
so what
going up.
I'll do tomorrow, I'll go to the assessor. She loves, every time I go in her office daily, maybe 5 times a day sometimes. I'll go tomorrow and find out where it is. And then I'll ask if the village can help out as well. Because
Sure.
when the stop sign that's on Meadow.
Meadow, yeah.
Okay, the mayor used to live there, that's why that stop sign.
I know.
Otherwise, that stop sign would not be there in real life, okay? But
Right.
it's there, thanks to a former mayor. So I'll find out where that is. I will then make a request to the village police department, who like to write tickets, and see if they can enforce the portion coming, at least from that stop sign, going up the hill, and get people coming down, because that's probably where they're going just as fast. If they're doing 50 in front of yours or 55,
It's a straightaway in front of mine as well as,
and when you're going
Half a
downhill,
mile.
the inertia is going to make them go a little bit quicker. So I'll put a request into them tomorrow and ask them if they could do some enforcement out there.
well,
I think what helps is just the presence, right?
yeah,
When-
that would work.
When I was younger, you would never speed on Doansburg. There's always a cop there, right?
Younger?
Never. Now that you don't see them like sitting there anymore, and a lot of transient people going to Connecticut.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm just trying to make life a little bit easier for me, that's all, as well as my neighbors.
Okay?
It's a little difficult,
Well,
but
the fact
thanks.
that his parents live on there is
Yeah. Yeah.
not going to help a lot, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, they had the worst problem, you know, I've been head-on collision on Milltown because of speeders, and
Right.
it's, you know, we asked the sheriff to do a patrol there, they did,
Yeah.
and they responded that they were out there for a few hours and they caught 9 people.
Nice.
And we were like, they were excited, but we were like, see? You know? But yeah, you can't be on every road every day.
I know.
so.
Well, if they can get there, you know, 1 day a week, that'd be nice, you know, for like a couple hours. That would be something. All right? I appreciate it.
We'll do
Thanks.
that. Thank you.
Mr. Schiappa, the noise ordinance is next week too. I know you'd asked about that. So there's a public hearing on the noise ordinance, not next week, the next meeting.
Yes. Thanks.
Yep.
Not next week, the next meeting.
Next meeting.
Yeah. Anyone else? Town board?
No comment.
Everyone good?
Yep.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to close the meeting?
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all for coming.